Okay, you can start now. Thank you.
Fantastic. Hello, everybody. My name is Praveen Penmetsa. I'm the CEO and the co-founder at Monarch Tractor. Monarch Tractor is an all-electric tractor that is capable of driverless operations and provides real-time alerts and actionable insights for farmers. It's a compact tractor. What that means is it's in the 30 to 80 horsepower class of tractors, which is actually the largest class of tractors in the world, and currently seeing the highest amount of growth. So I would like to take a few minutes and just walk you through why we decided to work on an electric driver optional smart tractor. And then I'll be sharing with you a short video, after which we'll open up for questions. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please do put them on the panel, and then we'll try and answer them. So from a Monarch Tractor perspective, hopefully you guys can see my screen. So farmers around the world are facing three main challenges. One is the labor shortage. One is there's a sustainability demand from both the retailers of food as well as the consumers. And also both the consumers and regulatory agencies want more data in terms of how the food was grown and what went into it, etc. But all of these three things are acting against the farmer. Our whole philosophy at Monarch is we believe that by 2030, all small farm equipment will be electric, automated, and smart. So with that in mind, our first product is this compact tractor, which is a 40 horsepower continuous. It's capable of doing up to 70 horsepower peak systems. We've also developed an automation system for this kind of next generation of automation equipment, which is electric, which is smart, and which is automated. So like I mentioned, our tractor does everything a tractor does, which means it works with existing implements. It works with an existing driver can actually drive our tractor just like any other tractor. In fact, it's easier to use, much easier to drive, requires a lower skilled operator. While you're driving it, you can also train the tractor. And our whole goal is not about tractor automation, it's about farm operation automation. So we're trying to automate operations like mowing, like spraying, etc. So the tractor automation is just one part of it. We can also control the implement, whether it's a sprayer or a mower or a cultivator or a weeder, with very high precision, and automate the whole operation from the time the tractor leaves the barn to when it comes back to the barn. We also see our tractor as a next generation equipment. What I mean by that is we also collect data while we're doing these operations so that we can provide actionable insights and alerts to the farmer. While we're doing a spray operation, if the wind speed changes, our tractor can stop the spray operation, send an alert to the farmer, and then based on his feedback or the environment changing, we can restart the spray operation. Similarly, if we see anything out in the field while we're doing a mowing operation, we can send an alert back to the farmer saying, hey, we saw this animal here that should not be here. Here's a picture, we saw it at this place. Or we saw some discoloration here, we should check it out. So this data collection while we're doing other operations is of high value to the farmers. At the end of the day, we see ourselves as a bridge between farm economics and long-term sustainability. For us, long-term sustainability is about everything from soil health to the planet sustainability. So how do we act as a bridge is every time the farmer uses our tractor, they save money. And not just on the diesel side because it's electric, but also on the fact that the operations are automated. And just those two combine to provide a very compelling value proposition for farmers. We do not even take the value of the data into this calculation. Again, since it's a compact tractor, you can find this everywhere in the world. In fact, you see it, not just in vineyards and orchards, but you also see it in other specialty crops, but also outside of that in other places like airports and concentrated solar power plants, etc. Why is this important? What this means is we can deploy a very high volume platform. Hence, we can bring the cost of the tractor down. And that allows us to basically make this accessible to farmers, both small and large, everywhere around the world by having one single commodity platform, which is our smart tractor. Obviously, on the data side, there's actionable data for the farmer, but we are also hoping to connect people using the data. And again, all of this data is owned by the farmer, especially on the farm operations side. And if they want to share it with either other experts, viticulturists, agronomy experts, or other input companies or implement companies, it's up to the farmer. Our goal is to provide value for the farmer and give them an option to do that and bring all of the different stakeholders in farming together on the data side. Again, that's a little bit about us. You can follow us on monarchtractor.com. We are currently taking bookings, and our first tractor will be going out to our first farmer in the coming months. So we are very excited about that. I'll pause there for a second and share a video with you. And after the video, happy to take any questions and we'll answer them then. So 1 second. So this is our all-electric tractor. Operates just like a tractor, which means your existing tractor drivers can operate this tractor as well. And while they're operating it, our tractor is learning the operation. So if you're doing spraying 8 times a year, with a driver, you only need to do it once, and then the tractor can repeat the operation. Again, this is not about tractor autonomy. This is about automating the operation of spraying. So we can control the implement completely. We can stop the sprayer, we can start the sprayer, we can adjust a variety of things in the sprayer. We have an integrated weather system on the tractor, which means in real time, at that micro weather condition can be used to adjust the operation. Also, while we are doing this, we collect the data and then we provide alerts back to the farmer if something changes or if there's something going on the farm. Again, that sprayer can be replaced with any implement that the farmer today has in their barn. It could be a mower, it could be a cultivator. We can start and stop the mower. We can kind of provide data on what's happening with the mower as well. And again, it's a very compact tractor with a lot of horsepower. So it's very narrow and it's very compact, but we can provide up to 70 horsepower peak, which means we can run all the implements that you see in orchards and vineyards right now. And we'll be continuing to increase the power of the tractor. The tractor also has work lights, which means we can do operations at night. That allows us to basically increase the utilization of the tractor. The tractor can run for 10 plus hours, and even with heavy, intense operations, it'll run for at least 4 to 5 hours. And then we also have a battery swap system so that you can swap the battery quickly and send the tractor back out into the farm. The tractor is also capable of full operation from a speed standpoint, so we can run it at high speed or low speed. Again, happy to answer any questions at this point. I can also replay the video while I answer the questions.
Yeah, and we are getting some questions in, Praveen. So as you replay the video, it would be great to have it on mute as we're answering some of the questions. So I'm going to be joining to ask some questions of Praveen coming from Monarch. So if you want to go ahead and put things in the chat, I will be feeding them on over. One of the questions, Praveen, that we got in that I think is really beneficial is, why did we choose the compact tractor, 40 to 70 horsepower tractor, and how do we see this tractor answering the need of larger horsepower tractors?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we actually spent a lot of time before we selected the compact tractor class. The reason for that is farm equipment has continuously increased in size as a response to the labor challenge in farming. So, but that also has some downsides in terms of both soil compaction with heavy equipment, but also in terms of how much precision you can apply if you have a large equipment across 5 or 6 different rows. So our compact tractor provides a lot more resilience. Instead of having one big tractor, our philosophy is if you can have 2 of our smaller tractors, even if there's a problem on the equipment side, you get more resilience in the system by having 2 tractors versus 1. Also, the compact tractor is the one that's used primarily by almost everybody in the fruits and vegetables market and is used globally. So this is a 1.4 million units market and is growing at 18% growth in America year on year, just in the compact tractor segment. From an emission standpoint and from an impact standpoint, almost everybody has at least a few compact tractors in their farm equipment. And that was the reason why we selected a compact tractor.
Awesome. And then we also get, especially any electric vehicle, let alone an electric tractor, there's a lot of questions about runtime. Can you talk about the unique solutions that Monarch Tractor has there?
Yeah, so again, we completely are cognizant that this is farm equipment and utilization is very important. So what we have done is our tractor has a very big battery. It's larger than a Model 3 kind of a battery. And we have also provided a battery swap, and we have a fast charging system on board the tractor. Our tractor can recharge completely from 0 in 4 to 5 hours. Our tractor can also run for 10 plus hours for normal operations and intense operations, at least 4 to 5 hours, so that you can finish a shift with our tractor. So within how quickly can we recharge, how quickly can we swap a battery, and how long does the battery run, we have optimized for all those 3 so that you don't lose any time when you're doing mission critical applications when you have a time constraint. So we can really finish those operations as soon as possible. And our battery swap system, one person can swap the battery on our tractor in under 15 minutes. So that allows you to get the tractor out there again in under 15 minutes.
Fantastic. And then we have a question, is the tractor implement management ready? So is it able to manage the implements as well as the driving?
Yes, out of the box, we can control the implements, and we are again unique in the sense we have both an ISO-CAN connector, ISO-bus connector on the tractor for all the next generation of smart implements, but also we can power these implements. We are working with a number of implement companies to make their implements smart, and that will allow our tractor to control them. So we're working with a mower company, a sprayer company, and other companies to kind of make their implement smart. And our tractor can control not just the start and stop of the implement. We can also make any adjustments that a driver does on the tractor can all be done by our tractor remotely and can be programmed.
Awesome. And why did you choose to take on the tractor platform as a robotic system?
Yeah, that's a great question. In my past life, before Monarch Tractor, I was deploying a lot of custom robotic solutions and realized that almost 70–80% of the robotic solutions all had the same equipment, which is you still need a computer, you need camera systems, you need GPS systems, you need data storage, you need data connectivity. It doesn't matter what the smart automated system is, you need all of these 5 systems at the very least. So now if you have 3 or 4 of these machines and you're replicating all these, then that drives the cost of the equipment up. When we look at the history of agriculture, having a smart tractor with all of these equipments, and then having an implement that is very focused on the operation, whether it's cultivating, harvesting, mowing, spraying, and having this implement use the tractor platform for the rest of the equipment makes the total system cost a lot less and allows the farmer to deploy more innovations in the farm for a lower cost. And the ideal platform for all of this is the tractor. So we felt that if we have a next generation tractor platform that is smart, that is automated, that has a weather station on it, can store data and connect and transmit data, then the implements can be deployed for a much lower cost, which is exactly what we're doing.
Fantastic. And I did get some clarification on the question about the tractor implement control. It's also focusing on how is the tractor taking the implement information and what it's sensing to be able to control the tractor. So how is it able to implement some precision agriculture practices as well?
Exactly. So that thanks for the clarification there, Kelsey. Is thanks to our connector on the data side, we can get feedback from the implement that can then be processed by our tractor. We also have camera systems, GPS, and weather stations that can also add to the data that's coming from the implement. We can process those and provide the control signals back to the smart implement and actually change the operation of the implement in close to real time. The reason we can do that is, again, how much power, computing power, and sensory power we have on the tractor, and the fact that we have standard interfaces for interfacing these smart implement controls to our tractor. So that's how we can kind of make these real-time adjustments on the implement. It could be a sprayer, it could be a cultivator, you name it, we can make these real-time adjustments on the implement side. Using data from the implement as well as our tractor.
Great, and I think there's a lot of information that's coming out with this tractor as well. And so, how are we able to use the tractor to feed beneficial data to farmers and not just more data?
That's a great question, and that's one thing that we are very, very careful about. Is farmers these days are getting inundated with data. So our whole philosophy is we want to provide actionable insights and alerts. These are things that the farmer can immediately take action on. There is no interpretation or analysis of the data needed. We do all of that on our side. So I'll give you guys an example of an alert. While the tractor is doing, for example, a spray operation, our cameras might pick up either discoloration on the leaves or an irrigation leak, which our cameras are capable of picking up. And then we can provide an alert to the farmer saying at so-and-so location, you need to come and check it out. So that's a real-time alert that we can provide. We can also alert the farmer based on the weather at the point where the tractor is, which might be different than wherever the weather station is, or even on the farm. So those are alerts that we provide to the farmer from a data standpoint while doing other operations that the farmer can take advantage of. On the insights side of things, one of the things that we can do is while our tractor is doing operations, we also tell the farmer, the state of each and every plant and its location, and if there are certain plants that are missing because of damage or have not been replanted in the last planting season, we can kind of give them insights as to how dense their field is so that they can use that for yield estimates. So these are both actionable insights and alerts that our tractor can provide while doing an existing operation for the farmer. There's no additional analysis needed. The farmer looks at the density and says, wait a second, I'm missing some plants here, so I should adjust my yield estimate, or I need to go and replant these. So that's a great example of actionable insights and real-time alerts that our tractor can provide.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for running through all of this, Praveen. We have one more question coming in about the maintenance. So how can we talk about electric vehicles and maintenance, and how does this apply with the electric tractor platform?
Yeah. So the great advantage we have today with electric vehicles is there's a lot of data from both electric cars, but also electric buses in terms of what the maintenance differences are between electric vehicles and standard vehicles. Whether it comes to maintenance costs or issues. So our tractor inherently, because it doesn't have an engine or any emissions equipment, is more robust from the number of components on the tractor standpoint, and is expected to have less maintenance issues, just like the electric buses and electric cars. But apart from that, we understand that this is a challenging environment. So our tractor connects digitally to our service and support people. and we can remotely diagnose a number of issues and provide alerts to the farmer on things that we need to fix right away. We also have mobile teams that can show up on the farm and help the farmer maintain the equipment or service and replace any component. So we have a multi-tiered approach which uses a lot of data for fixing the tractor and for supporting all of our farmers with our smart equipment.
Great. Well, we're just out of time. Really appreciate you running through all these details, Praveen. The last question I have is, if I want to buy a Monarch tractor, how do I do that?
Yeah, you should jump onto our website and book your tractor, because we're already well into our next year's production of the tractor. Would strongly recommend you book a tractor on our website, which is monarchtractor.com.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for running through all of this. And I would also recommend everybody following up in the chat. There are some details about Monarch Tractor and how to contact us. So thanks again, Praveen. And thank you, FIRA, for having us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much and have a good day.